you may be eligible for the COVID vaccine in Washington State,
and how WSU students could save thousands of dollars each semester.
Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Jake Knight.
And I'm Tiara Trail. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Whitman County confirmed 23 new cases of COVID-19 today. According to Pullman Radio News, all new patients are under the age of 40. The county also reports 1 new coronavirus hospitalization. There has now been 3,767 confirmed cases and 46 coronavirus deaths in Whitman County since the beginning of the pandemic.
Governor Jay Inslee confirmed that everyone 16 and older in Washington State can get a COVID-19 vaccine by May 1st. The State Department of Health has accelerated their approach to vaccine eligibility after President Joe Biden stated earlier this month that all adults would be able to get the vaccine by May 1st. As of March 17th, critical workers are eligible for the vaccine. Eligibility will expand March 31st to anyone living in congregate settings and additional workers.
Faculty across the WSU system are developing innovative course materials that are saving students thousands of dollars in textbook costs each semester. The affordable learning grants issued last year helped fund the transitions from traditional textbooks to open educational resources. Students benefit by saving money on course materials and more engagement with the OER. The project has already saved nearly $200,000 in textbook costs for this current school year.
Last fall, 3 Moscow residents were arrested for not wearing a mask or social distancing at a church event. According to Moscow Pullman Daily News, Gabriel Wrench and couple Sean and Rachel Bonnet are now suing the city of Moscow as well as 7 other public servants for infringing on their First Amendment rights. Sean Bennett says, quote, "I hope the lawsuit brings real justice to our situation," unquote. The lawsuit was filed in the United States District Court for the District of Idaho.
2 Clarkston residents were arrested early Wednesday morning after 2 pounds of meth were found in their car. According to Moscow Pullman Daily News, Lisa Bond and Elsie Paradiso were charged with possession of a controlled substance with an intent to deliver. After arresting Bond for her license being suspended, Deputy Tyler Langerveld suspected illegal substances were in her car. Deputies were granted a search warrant and found the 2 pounds of meth along with hundreds of dollars in cash in the vehicle.
A fundraiser is underway to repair the historic Perkins House in Colfax. Murrow News 8 reporter Ava Wainhouse is live to give us more details.
Thanks, Tiara. I'm live here in Colfax in front of the Perkins House, which was founded by James and Jenny Perkins in 1886, 2 early founders of Colfax. The Whitman County Historical Society has been fundraising to raise money to repair the house as it is very old. It was founded in 1886, so there are parts of the house that are breaking down. In January and February of this year, the house was repaired in the foundation of the home, and this month, by the end of March, we are expected to see the house being shored up and leveled off. We can also see exterior work being done by the end of this spring over on the bricks of the base of the house as well, and the drainage to repair that as well. We do see there's signs around that are saying the Perkins House is still open to the public. I called the Perkins House earlier today. They are closed as of right now, but in their voicemail they do say they are open to the public, to you, at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. I would recommend calling the Perkins House if you do plan to visit this museum, just to make sure they are open for you. This is Ava Wainhouse in Colfax. Back to the desk.
The Whitman County Historical Society has raised about 1/3 of the money needed to repair the Perkins House in Colfax so far. If you want to help save the Perkins House, you can mail donations to Whitman County Historical Society's P.O. Box. For any other questions or concerns you may have about the fundraiser, you can email the address on the screen.
Washington's unemployment rate fell from 6% to 5.6% in February. With the state restrictions lifting, workers in the leisure and hospitality industries have been able to regain their jobs with job regains of 12,700. The number of unemployment dropped from 228,600 in January to 215,900 in February. The national unemployment rate was 6.2% in February.
The number of U.S. jobless claims continues to fall as the total now hits 684,000, the fewest since the pandemic started. Today's report from the Labor Department showed that jobless claims fell from 781,000 from the week before to now falling under 700,000, the 700,000 threshold for the first time since mid-March of 2020. The number of people also seeking benefits from a federal program dropped to 241,000 from 284,000 the previous week.
The community colleges of Spokane will have their spring graduation ceremonies virtually. The system of colleges includes Spokane Falls Community College, which has a satellite campus in Pullman. The ceremony will be on June 18th, and students will be able to post pictures honoring graduates during the ceremony. Diplomas as well as ceremony programs will be distributed by mail.
The person responsible for setting a 3-alarm fire at Everett Community College that killed a firefighter in 1987 has been charged. Investigators know that Elmer Nash was the one who set the fire to the college, and Thursday was charged with the first-degree murder of firefighter Gary Parks. Nash pleaded guilty. Nash was 12 when this happened and is now 46. When we come back, why this university is paying over $1 billion.
Could your weekend be looking brighter? Stick with us on Mirror News 8.
It feels like no matter where you look, the state of the world's getting worse. Oceans full of plastic, an endless amount of waste, an impossible task ahead of fixing our beloved planet. But change can't happen if you do nothing. So here's where you should start. Reduce. Why? Because Americans produce more than 200 million tons of waste every year, and you don't want to add to that. Reuse. Why? Because reusing and repurposing cuts back on unnecessary waste, and it gives things a chance at new life. Recycle. Why? Because recycling creates jobs. It helps our community and it helps our planet. And after doing all this, what will we be left with? We'll be left with a planet that will slowly start to heal.
Actress Jessica Walter has died at the age of 80. Her death was confirmed by her daughter Brooke Bowman Thursday. Walters was most known for her role in Clint Eastwood's 1971 play Misty for Me. The actress made her acting debut on Broadway in the 1963's Photo Finish.
USC was on the wrong end of the largest sexual abuse payout in higher education history. According to the LA Times, USC agreed to pay more than $1.1 billion to former patients of campus gynecologist George Tyndall. Tyndall was the full-time gynecologist at the Student Health Clinic from 1989 to 2016. He has pleaded not guilty to dozens of sexual assault charges and is awaiting trial. We've seen a lot of snow and sunshine and mixing weather this week. We go to Jay at the weather for what we can expect going into the weekend.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, the weekend is going to be a lot warmer than it's been this week. Today's been really snowy and gross, so I am personally looking forward to tomorrow and Saturday and even Sunday, where we're going to be seeing a lot of sun. If you look behind me, you can see that it's going to be, today was a 48 high, although it didn't actually reach that. It did peak out at a high of about 45 today, and it was really windy and it did rain most of the day, which makes it feel even colder. Tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit warmer temperatures. It's going to be up to 52 as the predicted high, although it may go a little higher. It might feel warmer than that because it is supposed to be sunny the whole day. As for the low, it's going to get down to 34 at night, and we might see a little tiny bit of snow that night. But the sunrise continues to get earlier and the sunset gets later as we're heading on into spring. As for our 5-day forecast, we are going to see most of the cold weather actually all the way at next Monday and into next week. So I'm personally not looking forward to how cold it's going to be, but we can definitely revel in how warm it's going to be both tomorrow and Saturday, and Sunday is going to get even warmer than those 2 days, but it will probably be a little bit harder to get into things since it is the weekend. Be sure to be ready for a little bit longer if you go out to eat recently, especially with that new capacity that restaurants are allowed. As for the state map, we can see that it's actually been pretty warm across all of Washington today. Even on the west side, it was nice and sunny, which is very surprising if you're from the west side. And down here in Spokane and Pullman, it's actually coldest out here. It's supposed to be warmer throughout the weekend, as I said, so that's true for Spokane as well. Tri-Cities are warm, and it'll be warm here as well. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jay. We'll tell you about the NBA trades happening now.
And Eastern Washington welcomes in a new coach. Find out who it is when we come back.
With your sports. WSU baseball is heading to Tempe for a 3-game series against number 16 Arizona State. The Cougs split a 2-game series against UNLV in Las Vegas earlier this week. WSU is 13-5, their best start since 2010. And there could be a bit of history made tomorrow. Junior first baseman Kyle Manzardo extended his on-base streak to 42 games on Wednesday, tying the WSU record. Eastern Washington has wasted little time naming a new men's basketball coach. The school confirmed today that David Riley has been promoted to head coach. Riley had served on the Eastern staff the past 7 seasons as an assistant coach. Riley will look to build off a successful season this past year as the Eagles went 16-8 and won the Big Sky regular season championship and conference tournament. It has been quite the day for NBA fans everywhere as multiple All-Stars moved at today's trade deadline. The big deal today was 2-time All-Star Victor Oladipo to the Miami Heat. According to ESPN, the Rockets will receive Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and 2022 first-round swap rights. Another 2-time All-Star was on the move as well, as the Magic traded Nikola Vucevic and Al-Farouq Aminu to the Bulls in exchange for Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter Jr., and 2 first-round picks. Other notable deals include Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets and Rajon Rondo to the Clippers. An exciting part of campus is back.
We'll tell you when Murrow News 8 returns.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
The big screen at the Cub is back. The area where students could go to watch morning cartoons or Cougar football games was closed at the start of the pandemic. Now, the Lair is bringing this big screen back as a part of a phased-in return of activities and events on the WSU campus. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.